There we go. Hi, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely, what are we, on Tuesday? Yeah, we're on Tuesday. Hi. I am over here again, seeing how things go. Thank you and welcome to the Pleasure Dome. Welcome, all of you. Good to see you. So, I gotta put up, hold on. Always be advertising. Come see me at the Sci-Fi Horror Fest, August 16th and 17th. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. This year, as for anybody who doesn't know, this will be the third year I'm going to this. Every year, me and some very funny people, at the last day of the event, kind of the finale for it, we do a live... Oh my goodness! Camera, thank you so much. Hold on. I have to bring up my... I have to switch over the thing so I could see what your comment was. There we go. Thank you for your videos and friendly Discord community. They're not all as grumpy as you described. Thank you, Grant. Well, I said there's one person there who's very grumpy. And I think he's the one who posts the most. He's fine, but it's like he's our grump. So thank you so much for the donation, man. I really appreciate that. So the I was saying about the Sci-Fi Horror Fest. On the last day, we riff a movie, and it's something public domainy. So the first year we riffed Claw of Evil. Second year we did a Godfrey Ho movie. I think not Ninja Terminator. Maybe it was Ninja something. And this year it's looking like we might do a movie that I love that is terrible, and that is Troll 4, sometimes called Troll 3, but it's really Quest for the Mighty Sword, also known as Quest of the Sacred Grawl. So another one, much like the first one, Claw of Evil, where we have like 5 different titles. So, Matt, no, you're not the grump. I don't know who's... See, I don't know. Everybody's got different names over here. Everybody got different names in different places. So I'm not entirely sure who the grump is over there. I am not the grumpy guy. I just post pictures of Zool and random photos. Oh, well, okay. Well, Ecto Freak, yes. No, you are not the grump over there. You are A-okay. Have I covered Fade to Black at all? Also been making a list of lesser-known films, mainly horror, and some mainstream action, even included Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. Wolfie, thank you for the donation, man. That is appreciated. The thing should kick up any moment now. It's taking its dear sweet time for some reason. But sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's not so fast. So, but thank you, man. I appreciate that. I have not done Fade to Black yet.
I hate goals.
Oh my god. Was that really loud? I have it turned down, but it still sounded like it came up loud for me for some reason. It was somewhat startlesome. I hate ghosts. I don't know why it didn't come up. Let's see. Let me switch back to here. Anyway, if you have not seen Fade to Black yet, it is really good. Fade to Black was a very, very under the radar horror film. Vinegar Syndrome did a restoration of it not too long ago. It's actually really good. Troll 4, you have my sympathies. Oh, believe me, that is not even the worst troll. And Discordian Ghostbusters Frozen Empire was a 2 out of 5, and Dune 2 was a 4.5 out of 5, but watch the first one. First trailer for Tarot looked generic as hell. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that Frozen Empire isn't doing so well. Because it seemed like they really had a good thing going with Afterlife. But then I knew things were going to be a little when Jason Reitman didn't come back, and they ended up getting the writer to direct. Now, not to say that writers can't direct, but just it kind of, I don't know, it felt like they were like, we're going to do this whether you want it or not. And consequently, well, that's where we are. I just see $2 a slice. That is, you can get good pizza for $2 a slice. I found you because of your video exploring Berry Gordy's The Last Dragon. That's your favorite movie, dude. I love Berry Gordy's The Last Dragon. Sukiyaki hot sake soup. A sake to me, a sake to you. That is so much fun. Oh, Matt, you're Moxie. Oh, good God, no, man. You are like just. You are just pleasant at all times. Yeah, if you guys have never seen Fade to Black, actually, let me take a look here. Let me see something, because I think it's not just a Metallica song. Fade to Black from 1980. It is. I hate Just Watch's new layout. It sucks. It is on Shudder if you want to watch it. If you want to stream it, you don't want to buy it, but it's worth. I think it's worth picking up. It is very good. Can I be so bold as to, if you have a normal day job, just wondering if you don't want to say, that's totally understandable. Jordan, I did. I was a video editor for a big college out here in the East Coast. And in 2015, they laid off my entire department, 165 of us, including me. And I decided that at that point, that was 2015, I was going to start trying to do this full time. And I have been doing this full time ever since. So next year will be 10 years of doing this. So, which is crazy. It's barely audible. Not okay. All right. I'm going to turn it up a little bit then. Because last time I was blasting you out, and I didn't want to blow you out too much. Because I know that was one of the things everybody's like, oh, it's too loud. Brother Fluff Salisbury, thank you for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Been a fan since Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows review. Thank you for all your content. You are very welcome. That one, oh man, that one, I'll let you in on a little inside baseball here. That one made it all the way to the executives at Lionsgate. Because what happened was there was a producer who was working with Eduardo Sanchez and Daniel Myrick. I don't know if he's still. It's more so Daniel Myrick, I think. But he was trying to get Lionsgate to push for a release of the director's cut of that. And he got a meeting with them, and he took my director's cut. And, well, he took Joe Berlinger's director's cut. I just re-edited it. And went there, and they were intrigued, but essentially at the time, they said no, they weren't going to release the director's cut of that, simply because what came out later was that they had already filmed another Blair Witch movie in private under a secret name. I think they called it code name was The Woods, because they dropped it here's new Blair Witch. Oh my God, the Blair Witch movie. So, and that ended up being Blair Witch 2016, which, oh boy, did that suck. But so now they're at a point where the video game did pretty well. They want to do like a Blair Witch TV show, and they're like, come on, we could release like they don't. The only thing that they would have to put money out for is they would have to buy the rights for Witchcraft from Frank Sinatra, which I know is probably not going to be cheap, but they would have to renegotiate some of the music rights in there anyway. So it's very possible like that they would have to, if they're going to do it, they're going to have to do that anyway. So I don't know. I mean, more than likely it would probably be, I'm going to take a stab here in the dark and say to get the rights to Frank Sinatra song for your movie is probably going to be about $1 million. So, but I mean, would they make that back in sales? I would hope so. Especially if they push it well, and if, I don't know. I don't know if they're ever going to officially release that. And I mean, if they did do the director's cut, and they didn't add in the Frank Sinatra song, I think that probably would take a little bit away from it. I don't think it would be a deal breaker, just so long as the movie was still in order. Not how we got it. We got it out of order, and we got with the additional scenes that didn't need to be there. So, but yeah, it was a bummer. So, but anyway, yeah. Oh, and back to Wolfie, I wanted to say Dark Knight of the Scarecrow is really good. Another one to add to that list is... Another one to add to the list is The Town That Dreaded Sundown. The original and the remake are actually really good. So very much worth checking out. Let me get to... Carrie Mulligan with the donation, dude. Thank you so much. Ever watched 1978's To Be 20? The original cut has a nasty, disturbing finale, but then it was re-edited to be a silly sex comedy. No. I am not aware of this. Let me see. I'm not going to read because I try not to be 20 because I find that like a lot of times they spoil too much of it. Erotic thriller, 1978. Oh, I recognize this cover. Oh, Gloria Guida. That was what was her name? Was it Tushy? Blue Jeans. That was the girl. She was in a French film called Blue Jeans, where the whole movie, it was a 1975 erotic drama movie, where the whole movie, and I kid you not, was about how this girl had an amazing ass. That I swear to God, that's the entire movie. Is like, it's this girl has an amazing, and the thing is, I showed my wife like the girl, and she laughed because she had the flattest ass. But in 1975, that was like an ass that you would jump into traffic for. So yeah, I have not seen 2B20, but I have seen Blue Jeans. I have seen a few of her other like films. They're entertaining. Was she in? I think she was in Hot Dogs on Ibiza. So yesterday's GBF video was really random. Well, here's the thing about yesterday's video. I was doing the research on the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. I was doing the research on the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde movies, and that was one that I was like, oh, I need to do this one. This is something special. So yes. So I'm going to have to check out 2B20. I'll see if like I'll watch it and then I'll see like what the original ending was. That's crazy. I love that shit though. Is there any chance that I could interview Bruce Campbell? Probably. I imagine that I could get a hold of him, but I think it would see with him. It's a case that it would probably cost me. Whereas a lot of people that I interview, I just interview them and all it takes is their time. But Bruce Campbell, I think, is one of those guys where, you know, his publicist or somebody would probably want however much for his time. So, what is my opinion on the Crow remake? It's not necessary. I don't think that it. I don't think that it should be. I think that it should not exist. Quite frankly. What do I think of Used Cars from Kurt Russell and Robert Zemeckis? I haven't seen it in a very long time, but I remember enjoying it. Let's see. What is my least favorite video and would I remake it? Yes, Josh. My least favorite one that I did was it no, it wasn't episode 25 because 25 was Fantastic or no, yeah, 25 was Fantastic Four. It was one of my original 36 videos that's lost, but which I've remade a bunch of them over the years. But it's Trick or Treat, also known as Ragman. It wasn't. I don't. I wasn't feeling it at the time when I did it, and I did it, and I didn't really like it. So yeah. So consequently, I would like to be doing that at some point. Eventually, I mean, I have the Blu-ray. I have the imported Blu-ray where it's Ragman, the original title. I would like to do a video on it at some point. I'll probably do an exploring video on it at some point. So I don't know. I don't know when, because right now my dance card is pretty much full. But I will definitely do it at some point. Powers Out was just starting to destroy all neighbors. Really just there for the effects, Alex Winter. Yeah, I hope that's good too. It looks like it'd be funny. I mean, if you've ever seen Freaked is fantastic. So I'm hoping that is good too. Let me just jump up here. Think about Miss 45. Thank you for the super chat. Oh shit. Miss 45 is a really good revenge film. It's up there with a lot of like the weird that we had that era of revenge films from like the late 70s and actually I should say from the late 70s, early 80s. Because Miss 45 was 1981. That was Abel Ferrara. Very, very brutal. Very, very good though. Like, I mean, he just really did a great job with that. So I mean, you had Death Wish and all the Death Wish sequels, and more recently we had Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, Old Boy. But Miss 45 is one of the missed ones. It's really good, and it's really messed up, but definitely worth checking out. I should do a video on it at some point. That would be really interesting. She's the girl in it, Zoe Lund, just terrific. Really good movie. That's another one. If you haven't seen it, definitely check out. I just saw a secret plan to get Blair Witch 2 director's cut. Make Burn Notice the most streamed show. Watch Jeffrey Donovan, the star of Blair. I know, right? There's so many things with that where it seems like it would be a no-brainer. Hey, this has Jeffrey Donovan, because they're always looking to plug that there's this star before they were a big star. Hell, that's how a lot of movies got released. There was that movie, The Turning, with Gillian Anderson. Gillian Anderson's in it for like 5 minutes, and they put her front and center on the cover and released it. That movie wasn't getting that movie was shelved before the X-Files took off. So, I mean, something like that, like getting a Blair Witch 2 released. I also think it would, like, I know my video did a lot to sway some public opinion on it, because I got it out there, and then Chris Stuckman was talking about it. He was talking about my video and got a lot of people to check it out. So I think that it definitely did get people to look into it more, and realize that it was like, oh, okay, this was change the discourse on it. This isn't a bad sequel. This was a good movie that the studio ruined. So, let's see. I would like I would like that if it did come out, and I would like them to put my video on there as well. Have I ever seen Rock and Roll High School Forever? Yes. I've seen Rock and Roll High School. I've seen Rock and Roll High School Forever. The original one with the Ramones. The second one with was it Corey Feldman? It was very corny. Have I ever done a video about Gummo and Harmony Korine? No. Well, I mean, I guess technically I have, because I did. I said Spring Breakers was the worst film of the decade, which was a Harmony Korine film. I know Harmony Korine has his audience. I don't like his stuff. I think he sucks. I think he's a terrible director, and I don't like his movies. I've seen not all of them, but I've seen a few of them. I would actually put Larry Clark as a better and more competent director than Harmony Korine, but that's just me. Eric Roberts mentioned during a Q&A for Public Greenwich Village that they didn't have the money to use Frank Sinatra songs. They sent him a print of the film, and he waived his fee. Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. Well, see, the problem is they can't send him a copy of the movie now because he's dead. Take a drive. No Pepsi this evening, just water. I haven't had a Pepsi in a long time. I cut sugar out completely.
There's no stopping it.
Let's see. I am
Drop that zero and get with the hero.
Oh my goodness. I am getting. Let me just see. I think I'm missing some questions here. There's the Eric Roberts one. Did I see Bloody Hell from 2020? No, I didn't, but I'll check it out. Do I watch Ryan Hollinger? Would you ever collab with him? I know Ryan. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. I don't know him personally. I know his channel. I don't really watch a lot of other YouTubers, especially other like movie reviewers. It's nothing personal. I honestly just don't have enough time. Usually if I'm watching something, it's like if I'm watching something to relax, I'm watching like cooking shows, I'm watching travel people, like that kind of stuff. Like it's just I kind of want to I need to take a break from movies every once in a while. So if I'm relaxing and whatnot, usually I'm not watching like another movie. Every now and then, if there's a subject that I'm interested in, or they cover a movie, I'm checking it out. But for the most part, I don't really watch a lot of other movie YouTubers. But I am open to. I am open to a collab with a few people. So, No, I haven't seen Vanderhoff. I haven't seen Thanksgiving yet. Are there more episodes of The Master to cover? Yes. I think there's 5 more. I'm going to do it at some point. Am I looking? hold on, I am backed up here. Oh shit, you love her writing for Bad Lieutenant too. Very cool. Thank you for the super chat. Campbellzilla with the $20 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have you ever seen the 1987 TV movie adaptation of Will Eisner's The Spirit? Has a lengthy history with William Friedkin, having been attached to direct Burt Reynolds, the lead in the 70s. Instead, we got Sam J. Jones. No, I didn't know there was another Spirit, especially Spirit all the way back in 1987. I am intrigued. I will check that out. I mean, it's probably better than the Spirit that we got, what, 10 years ago at this? Actually, probably longer than that. Probably like 12 years ago. I am, let me see here. And there we go. Elephant, thank you so much for the donation. How are you? Good to see you. Elephant is I mean, there's plenty of people here from the Twitch side, but Elephant making her way over here. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you good people for spending your Tuesday with me. Hope you're having a lovely week. I will see you. If I don't, see you much on here, I'll see you Friday. Lee Kindler, thank you so much for the donation, dude. Do you think you will ever get another film from Craig S. Zoller? Seems to be stuck in limbo. I sure hope so, because oh my God, have I loved his work. I think that, like, if we ever, we have a director, that's what kills me. You get a director that's making some genuinely brutal good movies. Dragged Across Concrete, Bone Tomahawk, Brawl in Cell 99, like 3 kick-ass movies. I mean, look, I just went to the IMDb. 7.1, 7.1, 6.9. I mean, that, honestly, that might as well be 9s on IMDb with how fussy they are. Dude, I don't know why the last movie he did was 2018, was Dragged Across Concrete. I guess it's too harsh for some people. Dude is talented as hell. His stuff is really terrific, and I hope that he gets the opportunity to do another one. At least another one. I would say, honestly, I would give him carte blanche to just keep making movies. I don't know why he's not. Probably he hasn't sucked up to the right person. So. Let's see. Tim Rogers caught your Beach Babes from Beyond on Prime. Surprised you couldn't even get 10 usable minutes for the review. Well, it was... I mean, I got... What? It was, 11 minutes? 12 minutes? I mean, honestly, when I set out to do a video, I never know how long it's going to be. So sometimes there's a lot to talk about, and the movie ends up being long. The Black Hole was like 45 minutes long. But sometimes it's just a silly, dumb, fun movie with, not very much plot. I mean, the Beach Babes from Beyond, I would say at least half of the movie is sex scenes. And for a movie that's already like an hour and 15 minutes long, that doesn't leave me with a whole lot to discuss, especially with YouTube. Like I can't even show like, censored nudity, which is the dumbest friggin' thing. So, but yeah. So, but I still think that the end result video came out really funny. Although I'm very sad. I thought that the not to toot my own horn, but the Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, I think, had some really funny bits in it. and I'm sad that it's not doing particularly well. I got the whole, your audience is choosing to not watch this movie or not watch this video. I'm like, thanks, YouTube. That makes me feel great. I'm sure if you sent messages to all of them that there was a new video, they would, there probably would be more of them checking it out. But you do you, YouTube. You're going to do whatever you want anyway. So.
There's no stopping it.
Did I ever watch the extra special edition of Dust Devil? Yes, I did. I even interviewed Richard Stanley about it about 2015, back when he was still kind of in limbo. Great guy to talk to. He was really, really super cool. He was ripping massive bong hits on the top of some French chalet. He was talking to me on a satellite phone. Interesting guy, man. I'm a big fan. Hardware is one of my all-time favorite movies. And yeah, I got the German import Blu-ray of Dust Devil after he got the rights back, for that edition anyway. And he was finally able to kind of recut the film to fix it, because Harvey Weinstein fucked it all up. Dust Devil's a great movie. And Kino is doing an American release. I hope they do the right thing and they contact him, because right now they have not contacted him for a commentary track, and he has been absolved of his accusations. He's now actually countersuing the people that lied and really fucked up his career as he was just making it back, like after he did Color Out of Space. So I hope he takes them to the cleaners. What's my favorite remake? Not Carpenter's The Thing. That's the obvious one. I mean, if I'm not going to say The Thing, I'll say The Blob. Blob's terrific. Last week you were talking about Ringo Starr. Have you ever seen 200 Motels, the movie made by Frank Zappa featuring Ringo Starr and Keith Moon? No, I never have. I've seen 200 Cigarettes, but I have not seen 200 Motels. I've honestly never even heard of 200 Motels. What's my opinion of the fan film Batman Dead End? Oh, the one with Boner. Batman Dead End is really good. Although I would say that's really good, and Grayson is really good too. Grayson's a terrific fan film. Do you think there will be a Houses October Built 3? I know they want to do one. I've actually become internet friends with the director. I know he wants to do one. I don't know what's going to happen. So it would be nice if he did one, but I'm not entirely sure. They kind of left it where they could do another one. But I don't know. Thoughts on the Greasy Strangler? I did a review on it a while ago. I said it was one of the worst things I had ever seen. Are me and Brandon ever going to do a joint episode? I popped on a few of his episodes. I mean, we probably could. I wouldn't be averse to it. We've done some shit over on my buddy Peter, the Cinemasochists Twitch channel. We did that one night where we did the Bigfoot rape movie. I'll never forgive him for that. It was terrible. So yeah, no, I would absolutely do something with Brandon. Brandon's a good egg. He's doing really well for himself. It's funny you're watching YouTube videos more than actual movies. You know what? With the quality of movies that are coming out lately, I don't blame you. You know, have I seen The Last Ninja 1983? Was there a different title for that? Because I played a video game, The Last Ninja, but the TV movie. Yeah. Not seen it in a very long time, but I did see it at some point. This should get restored somewhere. That would be really sweet. The Last Ninja. Last Ninja video game was kick-ass too. Oh shit, thank you for the super chat, dude. Craig, I always say Craig S. Zoller, but it's S. Craig Zoller. Wrote a comic about an alien invasion. We need that adaptation of that too. Yeah. You know what? With his films, I would love for him to do something like that. That would be so kick-ass. The whole uncut movie is on YouTube. Good to know. I will look that up. Don't ever give up what you do. Free Jack, no. I will continue to be doing this because I love what I do and I love that I have the ability to do this. It is a lot of fun. Some more. If honestly, I think that I feel like I'm not going to go off on a bitch fest, but I do feel like YouTube is throttling me right now. It's really frustrating, but it's neither here nor there. Moxie with the donation, dude. Thank you so much. You should do a commentary on your Friday the 13th short and bring Brandon and Tony on Superstream. I did do a commentary on it. God, on my Twitch channel. I don't even know why. I think it was celebrating was I celebrating? No, wasn't the anniversary of it or something? I don't remember. Basically, it was an excuse to show that I had hot friends back, 15 years ago at this point. One of them's married, has 2 kids now. Actually, married, divorced, remarried, has 2 kids. The other ones I just lost touch with. But yeah, they were all hot. It was fun.
Yes, I hate goals.
Let me see. Did I miss anybody? I know anime. I do. I am actually being introduced to more anime from my Discord peeps. What's my favorite Western? I've said this before. I'm not really crazy about Westerns. Most Westerns, they don't vibe with me, which was really interesting because I love post-apocalyptic movies, and a lot of post-apocalyptic movies feel like Westerns, but for some reason, a lot of American Westerns don't jive with me. However, I do really enjoy spaghetti Westerns. Spaghetti Westerns are where I say, okay, these are the kind of Westerns that I can watch. And my favorite Western is Little Rita of the West. If you've never seen Little Rita of the West, you don't know what you're missing. It is an absolute treat. It is a spaghetti Western musical. And oh my God, is it great. Hardware is a Christmas movie. Eddie, it just jumped up there. I lost your message now. I think I need another monitor for just chat. There we go. I enjoyed the Dr. Jekyll Dungeon of Death video. Can't believe I've never seen that film before. It is on Tubi if you would like to see it in its entirety. The fights are really good. Like, I mean, it's obvious. There are points where it's obvious that they're not connecting, but it is one of the better choreographed and more realistic fight movies that I've seen in quite some time. So, Hardware, Runaway, or Death Machine? Absolutely Hardware. Hardware is one of my all-time favorite movies. Talking about, Dust Devil got that special edition. Dust Devil came out in 2006. Yeah, good stuff. The Blob Thing crossover. Make sure, if anybody in here wants to see Dust Devil, make sure that you are seeing the director's cut of Dust Devil, because it is drastically different. It's longer. It's got the shot order incorrect. It's color corrected correctly. I mean, Weinstein really just destroyed that movie. Hills Have Eyes, Dawn of the Dead, some of your newer remakes. Yeah, they're really good. I like both of those. Spectre's Chamber, been watching you for years. Got me through 2 surgeries. I apologize it took me so long to subscribe. It wasn't intentional. It's okay, man. Better late than never, man. I appreciate it. I am glad you were still here after 2 surgeries. That I hope they were not, very, very complicated surgeries. I am lucky in that, I mean, I've had to get stitched up and stuff, but I've never had like surgery. So, Campbellzilla with the super chat. Thank you. What are my thoughts on the 1999 film Virus? Personally, I don't think it's a bad movie. If expensive rehash of Moontrap. It's funny. Virus is based off of the comic book, which from Dark Horse, which I never read. I'm not sure. I think it may have come before Moontrap. So I'm curious as to, number one, did it come before Moontrap? Number two, how close is the movie in correlation with the with the comic? Like, because it could very well be that they got the idea of the sentient flesh robot things and kind of went a little bit sideways with it. So that's one I've been meaning to look into. It's Universal, and I'm kind of on them sometimes. They're a pain in my butt. But I know Brandon did a video on it. It did very well. So, yeah, I'd like to look into that a little bit more. Yes, and Brandon shows up on my Twitch streams from time to time when I think he's on a different time zone, so he doesn't show up very often. And he's got his own shit to do, I'm sure. See some Brandon. Now that's a sandwich you want to be in the middle of. Oh my god, but I don't know. I'm kind of bony and elbowy. Let me just see. I know I gotta catch up here. Make sure I got everybody. Oh, and if anybody's curious, the Porklips Now thing, I needed something to to put on my thumbnail, and for some reason I was thinking about Porklips Now, which was a parody of Apocalypse Now that was on made by the same guy who did Hardware Wars, and so I was just like, what the fuck? I threw that up there. So consequently, that's why Porklips Now is up there. I have a friend of mine that is going to be doing a thumbnail for me. That's going to be kind of a permanent thing, so that way I can just have that every week, instead of trying to make one, and really just kind of slap it together, because I am not an artist. So consequently, I am hiring an artist to do some artwork for me. Have I seen? Oh, god damn it! It just moved again. There we go. Have you seen the 1991 There's Nothing Out There? Supposedly there were some behind the scenes issues. Not big, but singer Bonnie Bowers complained a lot. Here's a fun story for you. I love There's Nothing Out There. There's Nothing Out There was the meta film before Scream. I have been trumpeting how good that movie is for a very long time. I talked about it in my I think my 90s video where I mentioned it. Consequently, I got contacted by one of the actors who was pushing for the movie got a Blu-ray release, and like was talking to me a little bit and talking about how he was a fan And I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. I'd love that movie. I love you. And it's crazy that, somebody that was in a movie that I adore is watching my stuff. That's just awesome. It's really cool. And I know the director commented on my video as well. Rolf Comiskey. I do intend on doing a video on it at some point and really plugging the hell out of it, because that movie is awesome. I did a watch party of it at some point, and I think everybody was in agreement that it was so good. Game Over Club, thank you. Keep up the awesome work. I will. I appreciate it. You should make a video called "What Happened to PG?" I know, right? PG just kind of went away, really. Opinions on the Dollars trilogy. Good stuff. I haven't seen them in a while, but very good. Spaghetti westerns are better. Oh, Filthy McNasty, you're with me too. Spaghetti westerns are better than American ones. I absolutely agree. Is it like Paint Your Wagon? No, well, I mean, yes, in that it's a musical, but it's silly. It's sillier than Paint Your Wagon. Oh yeah, Boss. Other thing with Fred Williamson is I don't know, that one's kind of a bit of a comedy / western, but I guess it. Since you like spaghetti westerns, have you ever tried going down the Euro spy rabbit hole? Knockoff Bond type films produced in Europe. Much about. I have seen a lot of the Euro spy movies. I'm not as well versed on them though. Like, I've seen a bunch of them, but I don't know a lot of them as much as I know like exploitation and a lot of other genres. But I do know that there are a lot of trashy James Bond exploitation movies. Probably one of the best is For Your Height Only with Wang Wang. If you've never seen Wang Wang, oh my God. You are in for it. Oh, Michael, the guy with the numbers. Yes. 54 and 99 and all that. I gotcha. Hey, Sad Maddie. And if anybody jumped in here and said hi and I didn't say hi back, I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. I'm jumping back and forth between chat and just
the French.
Making sure I talk to everybody. Doing a Kira video, maybe. So, let me. I think. Yeah, all right. I think I got everybody who. Well, with the exception of the. Will you do a World War III collection video the day after Threads Barefoot Generation 1 and 2? I was working on a video. I was working on an exploring video for the day after when they put out the day after documentary. And I was really pissed because I'm like, God, fucking the timing on this. Because I'm like, I was about maybe halfway done. So now I'm like, I don't want to do it because they already did it, and they did it like, with a budget and shit. And anything that I do now, it's just going to be like, oh, you're just taking everything from the documentary. And I was like, no, I'm sure there's probably some shit that I would put in there that wouldn't be in their documentary. So I don't know. Maybe we will. Probably not though, but maybe. Threads is a tough sit, and I don't know about Barefoot Gen 1 and 2. Threads just makes me sad. Will the ISOD set be available again next Halloween? I honestly have no idea. I don't know if they're ever going to release it again. I know they've put it out and they put it out again and they put it out again. I have no control over the distribution of it. I'm not sure. I really don't know what they're going to do with it. I think they might do another one, or they might put it for sale again when they do when Search of Darkness 90s comes out. I'm honestly not sure. Oh, and I didn't say hi.
The French.
Hi, Ice. Thank you for the super chat, dude.
Yes, I hate goals.
And Barefoot. Oh, so it's just Barefoot Jen. See, I see Jen and I think Generation. Okay, Barefoot Jen. Okay, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Ice. Let me see. Barefoot Jen. 1983. Oh, it's an anime. Powerful statement against war. Barefoot Jen is derogatory about the effect of. Oh God. Well, I've seen Grave of the Fireflies, and that just makes me want to cry. Like that is so depressing. Oh, they made a live action one, and it looks like the live action one is rated pretty highly. Is it better than the? No, it's almost on. It's 7.7, and the anime is 8. I am curious now. I am not familiar with them, but I will. I'll check it out. Campbellzilla, thank you for the super chat. Did you ever read the genre film magazine Cinema Fantastica? That's some great behind the scenes on smaller genre films from the 70s, 90s that weren't written down anywhere else. Yeah, I've read a bunch of them. They have some fantastic stories in there. A lot of good info that is just lost to time. I actually bought a bunch off of eBay for not a terrible lot of money because they got some great stories in there. Really fun. Good stuff, man. Yeah, Cinema Fantastique. As much as people harp on terrible remakes, I think there's becoming an increasing trend. Similar remakes of late sequels were incredibly lackluster and nostalgia bait. Well, I think that like the thing is, the late sequels are really just soft reboots. So they're just as bad. Like, it's becoming very frustrating and very just tiresome, D-Rock, Love in Search of. Thank you, man. I think that that is a fun series to work on. I want my $2. Thoughts on Alien Romulus? I'm cautiously optimistic. I hope it's good, but I'm not going to be terribly surprised if it's bad. We shall see. Threads is one of the most harrowing things I've ever sat through. I'm glad I've seen it, but I don't want to see it again. Yeah, I'm kind of there with Martyrs. Like, I want to do a video on Martyrs, but on the same token, I'm like, I don't want to watch Martyrs again. Martyrs is such a tough sit. Not on the level of Threads, but it is an uncomfortable film. But I think that it is a film that absolutely deserves to exist, and I think that it is. I don't want to say it's an endurance test because that's something like a Serbian film, or this is really just it's an experiment, and that was what it was what the director wanted to do, and he did it, and I really give him a lot of power, or not a lot of power, a lot of props for doing that. It feels like a lot of recent PG movies are pushing the rating a bit more, but for a while it's just G with spicy joke or two about foot size. Yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, I think we should be at a point where, like, there should be a distinct difference. I mean, I don't mind them pushing the envelope, but I think that a G movie should be a G movie. PG should be PG. PG-13, like they really, Disney kind of fuck things up with PG-13 because they're kind of paying for certain things to get, turn a blind eye, so to speak. Because let me tell you, the ratings board is easily manipulated, especially when it comes to big studios. Like if you look at what big studios get away with versus what independent studios get away with, there is a big difference. There's a documentary called "This Film Is Not Yet Rated" that sheds a lot of light on that. But also just from talking to different directors and whatnot, and some of the shit that they had to go through, dumb things that they had to remove in order to get a PG-13 rating. It's ridiculous. Best Western Cannibal the Musical. I want to sing about it now. Castle of Cagliostro is a great film. I have not heard about that in a long time. Good stuff. Let's see. Spirited Away. Spirited Away is very good though. Yeah, Martyrs is great. Oh yeah, no, Martyrs. I don't want to say I enjoyed Martyrs. Martyrs isn't so much a movie that you enjoy, so much as you like. You kind of watch it. You're like, wow, like that was something. The remake of it was dog shit. Oh god, don't ever bother watching the remake of Martyrs. It was so laughably bad. Why can't they adapt the Dark Horse Alien comics thing? I would love that. The Alien comics, the Predator comics, the Thing comics, Dark Horse, the Terminator comics, Dark Horse's like movie comics were tremendous. The only thing that got adapted to film was they took Alien versus Predator and they sort of made that into the movie, but then a lot, like 40 minutes of the book got cut out by 20th Century Fox. So they screwed it all up. You watch Martyrs, you really wish you hadn't. Yeah. Let's see. Sounds about right about the sequels being soft reboot. They are, like, because they'll introduce like a legacy character, and then the legacy character dies, and or is pushed to the background for new characters. Like, case in point, Ghostbusters Afterlife. I enjoyed it, but it was a soft reboot. You know, same thing with Halloween. Same thing with like every other late sequel. Same thing with Independence Day 2. Soft reboot. Have I ever seen the Jeff Daniels comedy Super Sucker? No, I have not. Best anime movies: Ninja Scroll, Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust. I'm more fond of the original Blood Hunter D, Blood Hunter D, Vampire Hunter D, the first one. I like the second one. I like Bloodlust, but the first one was special. Although I gotta say, my three of the classics are Akira, Fist of the North Star, Vampire Hunter D. Saw them all relatively within weeks of each other. Thought they were all terrific. You know, I've never seen Dave Chappelle's Screwed. I haven't seen, aside from like Half Baked, I haven't seen a lot of Dave Chappelle movies. And wasn't that was Screwed was more Martin Lawrence, wasn't it? Let me see. Screwed. Yeah, let me see. Dave Chappelle. Yeah, Blue Streak. We're Screwed. Okay. All right. I think I was thinking of okay, so that was Dave Chappelle, Danny DeVito, Norm Macdonald. Okay. I was thinking of I think I was mixing up Blue Streak and Screwed. I've never seen Screwed. Never seen Blue Streak either. I don't particularly I'm not big on Martin Lawrence movies. But Half Baked is fucking hilarious. And I did see Undercover Brother. That shit was funny. So no, I never saw Screwed. After watching Martyrs, you felt like just a Red Blood Meridian. Read Blood Meridian. What do you think of the Blood Rain movie? It's not good, and I told Uwe Boll that. I talked with Uwe on 2 separate occasions for about 4 hours, and he won me over. He's an interesting character. I told him, I was like, look, I I don't like your movies at all, but I I have a respect for you for like kind of owning up to what he was doing. You know, he was like I was just making the movies that they told me to make, and he was interesting. I talked to him for about 2 hours on the record and 2 hours off the record, and interesting guy, man. Little crazy, but you know, he got his shit together more than I really expected. I liked him. So I still think that, like I said, I still think that his movie, like I opened the conversation with like, look, you know, I appreciate you talking to me, but I will be honest with you. Your video game movies, I think, are all terrible. And I'm like, I like some of your non-video game movies, but I'm paraphrasing what I said, but it might have been a little bit more diplomatic than this. But basically, I was like, but your video game movies are terrible. And he was like, fair enough. Like, gotta respect that, man. Absolutely. What happened to Helen in Candyman 2? Wasn't Candyman a horror love story? They kind of went a little bit off with Candyman with the sequels. Oh, I love Orgasmo. Hey! What do people think about remakes that recycle scenes from the other movies? I don't like if you're doing a remake and you put in like you do like some homages, that's cool. If you do a remake and you do the whole goddamn movie, then no, it's not cool. Bloodlust is beautiful. I will say the animation in Bloodlust is very, very good. Missing. Wow, this. Still hoping. The Night Flyer. Yes. Why is that on Blu-ray? That would be perfect for Vinegar Syndrome. Or honestly, that Vinegar Syndrome or Shout, I could see getting that one. Here is the wonderful kind of comedy, Cloud Paradise. Ah, very cool. The infamous Raiders Exploding Head, where the wall of fire was added to keep the PG rating. Yeah. I saw that in the theater with my dad. I was like, scared the hell out of me. Alien Covenant really siphoned the mystique of the Aliens franchise. Well, that's what I don't like. Like when you're doing like prequels and all that shit. Yeah, like here's my take on prequels. Hey, you know that awesome movie where all that really interesting stuff happens? Yeah? All right, let's watch a movie before all the interesting stuff happens. Like that's every prequel. It's pointless. I don't like prequels at all. I will not every now and then there will be a prequel where I'm like, okay, cool. For the most part, no. Just don't like them. They're telling me things that I don't need to know. Like I don't need I don't need to know how these things evolved. I don't need to know who created them. I don't need like the who made who of all that. I hate that. It's like you're just ruining the mystique of it, like JD said. You skip Martyrs and Inside remakes. As well you should. You just downloaded all of Dark Horse Classic Comics. Oh, Scamdar. Send Send them to me. I only have the thing. I have physical copies of all of them, but they're all packed up, and I don't feel like digging them out. Brian De Palma had to submit like 5 different cuts of Scarface before he got an R rating, hence why he followed up with Body Double with all the violence and nudity they hate to stick it to them. Especially because Scarface ended up like doing exceptionally well. I kind of liked AVP, but loathed AVP Requiem. Felt so mean-spirited, especially the pregnant woman scene. I don't know, man. I liked Alien vs. Predator, but I would love for the real version to get released. The version we got is lies. It is not the director's cut. The director's cut is like there's 40 minutes missing from the film. There was an entire humongous subplot that got cut out. We did not get the director's cut. Honestly, I don't even think they because they can, if it's in the contract, they can release a movie, say it's the director's cut, and it's not. Like The Crow City of Angels, honestly, it's been so long, I don't remember if I said this on the video or not, but I know that the DVD version, it says it's the director's cut. Director had nothing to do with that version. They basically just kind of went in and slightly tweaked it. And I liked... But going to Alien vs. Predator Requiem, I liked it because it was mean. It was something different. And I don't know, it worked for me. You only watched the Inside remake of The Girl from P2. I didn't know The Girl from P2 was in the remake of that. That was Rachel Nichols. She was she Scarlet in G.I. Joe? I am, if things go well, expect a P2 video around Christmas time. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 replaced Nancy with a new heroine. Well, I think that was also because Nancy she wanted out really at that point. So she took a payday. Came a trope that Happy Gilmore 2 will follow. I am curious to see if Happy Gilmore 2 happens now. That'll be interesting. Dark Horse Comics are responsible for creating epic crossover between Alien and Predator. Yeah. I mean, and RoboCop versus Terminator. RoboCop versus Terminator is awesome. If you haven't seen it yet, watch the Ipcrest Files starring Michael Caine as a mid-level spy. It's sort of the anti-Bond. It's great. Enjoyed the Chuckle video, by the way. Thank you, NP. The Ipcrest File. Let me write. Always have my thing here to follow this up. I will. I'll take a look at that. Local theater allowed people to rent and bring in their own movies, so you showed Martyrs and a Serbian film as a double feature. Wow. What did you did you like have it on a hard drive, or did you have to give them the Blu-ray or DVD or what have you? I imagine you'd want, I think DVD might not. Well, no, I saw Teen Witch at the Trocadero, and that was just the DVD, and that looked fine. So I imagine it's good enough. It was just great to see Teen Witch on the big screen. Top that. Do an exploring video on Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is one of my all-time favorite comedies. You've seen Blue Streak. It's hilarious. Okay. I don't know. I liked the Martin TV show. I didn't really care for Martin as an actor outside of that. I don't know. It didn't work for me. Dark Horse Comics had tone, and then it just jumped. There we go. Atmosphere evoked visceral reactions. Perfect concept art. The movies were PG-13. Yeah. Did he try to box me? No, he didn't try to box me. He would have won because dude is what is he, a welterweight boxer, and I am not a fighter. Um, I am like not even remotely in shape to be boxing. Never understood the appeal of Afterlife. It felt more like Stranger Things than a Ghostbusters film. I don't know. It worked for me. It felt genuine. I mean, no, it wasn't Ghostbusters, but I think it had to be therapeutic for Jason to put together. Wow, everybody did Duvet want to fight me. No, he was super nice. Like, he really, really was cool. He was talking to me from his office at his studio, and I mean, he was great, you know. Oh, I love the remake of Silent Night. It's not a remake per se. It is I think I talked about it in my my video, in one of my videos where I was like, they just got the name and they said, don't watch the movie, just write what you would think a Killer Santa movie would be. And I mean, they threw in a couple of nods to the original, but it was a completely different movie. That's another one I want to do a Christmas video on. That would be fun. The director right now, he's just finishing up a werewolf movie, but I might try to hit him up after that and talk to him about it now and then, have it ready for Christmas. Have I seen Ranma 1/2? Way back in the Blockbuster days in the 90s. Haven't seen it for a while. Only prequel you like is Star Wars. I enjoy the Star Wars prequels. And I'm sure there's other... Oh, you know what? Death Race 2, which is a prequel to the Death Race 2000 remake, is actually really good. Like, in my humble opinion, it is way better than the remake was, and it costs probably about half as much. Carrie Fisher from your Blues Brothers, Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Oh yeah, Good, Bad, and the Ugly is pretty good. One of the few another Western that's pretty good. What's the side story? What's the story with the animated intros of your older videos? There was a friend of mine who, at the time, he was an animator and he was out of work, and so he was like, "Hey, man, I want to I want to do something for you. I want to do like some animated intros for you while I'm looking for work. It'll give me something to do." And so that my skills don't get rusty, so that I'm doing some things while, because he didn't know how long it was going to take. And he figured it would be like, a couple months, and it ended up being like a long time. So essentially what would happen is I would tell him, all right, I'm going to do this movie this week. And then we would come up with like a concept for the animation. And then he would do it all, put it together, give it to me like Sunday night. And I would upload the video and have it ready, by Monday. And then he ended up finally getting a job, and I was like, okay, but he did one last thing for me, and that was to for the intro with Psycho Stick, where he added, he animated the letters coming in, and then the burn, the film burn. So he did that like one last thing for me. So yeah, it wasn't really the animation thing was only supposed to be like maybe a month or two. And I think it ended up being like 6 months or something. Oh, thank you, Scamdar. Temple of Doom is technically a prequel. So, but not it kinda, but not. I am a lover, not a fighter. Absolutely not. He would, and seriously, if you've seen Uwe's boxing things, he knows how to fight. He would beat I don't know how to fight. I Like I can fight, but I can't. Like, I mean, I can fight if I had to, but fighting a boxer, get out of here. Oh God, yeah, the Gladiator 2. No, it's gonna be not good. Who's excited for Maxine? I still need to see the Pearl. I still need to see Pearl. That one was crazy. Where it was like, hey, we're all locked down. We got all this film. Let's make another movie. Oh, I love the Stupids. My own grandpa. Have I seen Primal? It's better than Prey, and The Simpsons made parody homage to it last Sunday. Was that the other crocodile movie? If so, then I believe so. Carl Weathers is awesome. For the theater rentals, you brought in Blu-rays. I did it once a month for 7 months. I have an print Martyrs on Blu-ray. The Umbrella release hadn't come out yet. I managed to get the Umbrella Blu-ray of that before it went out of print. Artur, Professor C, what's going on, dude? Uwe Boll made the Postal movie, and that makes him okay. I know a lot of people like the Postal movie. You can't put hummus on a burger. Don't tell me what to do. Threaten me with a good time. How about a video on Perils of Gwendolyn in the Land of Yik Yak? I have the Perils of Gwendolyn, the Perils of Gwendolyn in the Land of the Yik Yak. I have that sitting right next to me. And if you don't believe it, in the 70s, he created the daring new world of X-rated cinema with Emmanuel and the Story of O. And in 1984, Just Jakin wrote and directed his most audacious fun and final classic of his legendary erotic career. Video vixen Tawny Kitaen and action hero Brent Huff star in this 4-star Kinko-rama based on the infamous S&M comic strip and bursting with perilous adventure, bountiful nudity, spectacular production design, eye-popping lesbian bondage. All new, a decadent delight and true cult favorite. The Perils of Gwendolyn in the Land of the Yik Yak. It is a bunch of people murdering each other because of a butterfly. It is highly recommended. I would love to do something like in kind of in a way that like what Joe Bob Briggs does, where like I don't want to be a horror host per se. I mean, I know in a way I kind of am, but I'm not. But I think it would be neat to do like a live film festival, and like he does with the Joe Bob Jamborees. That'd be fun as fuck. Kind of get up there, talk a little bit about the movies, play the movies. I'd be so down for that. I would, believe me, I would. There's no shortage of movies that I would be able to bring to the table. We've done that on my Discord, where we've kind of live riffed some stuff. It's been fun. So yes, the Perils of Gwendolyn in the Land of the Yik Yak. Maybe this year might be the year. Should they make a sequel to Grandma's Boy? It's too late. I love Grandma's Boy. One of my favorite comedies, but I think it's too late. If If they had put one out within 5 years after the first one, absolutely, but now it's too late. It won't work. I hate your face. Pew, 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 pew. Love that shit. Nausicaa fan, how you doing? Saw an uncut version of a Serbian film and then question your life choices. You know, I still have not seen a Serbian film. It's yeah. How's Death Race 3? Not as good as Death Race 2. I would say it if I had to put them in order, Death Race 2, Death Race 1, Death Race 3. Death Race 3, it's kind of like how Darkman was, where Die Darkman Die wasn't as good as Darkman 2. But yeah, the Death Race 2 is terrific. It is the perfect amount of nihilistic. Luke Goss is so good in it. It's really, really good. I remember when that was on Netflix, back when Netflix was good. I had watched it and I was like telling my wife, I'm like, oh my God, you're going to love this movie. And she was like, because she didn't really like the remake, or she didn't like the Jason Statham remake. And she likes Jason Statham. She was like, but then she saw this. She's like, oh my God, this is so much better. Let's see. Learning how to fight, newest channel. God. Have I seen Ed and His Dead Mother? No. You know what? That's one I know about, but man, did that fall through the cracks. Speaking of prequels, and that, wait, where'd that go? There it is. Oh my God, these comments. I keep losing comments. Here we go. Thoughts on the upcoming Furiosa movie? Maybe. I like Anya. I think she looks like a really good young Charlize Theron. I don't know. I like the fact that it's not Mad Max Furiosa. Because it's like they're showing that it is a spin-off. It's I don't even think they need to put the a Mad Max story or whatever in it. That's just it's kind of like with Rogue One, a Star Wars story. We know you don't have to add it. So same thing with Furiosa. You don't have to add the Furiosa Mad Max story. We know what it is. So, but I do like the fact that, because that was one of my biggest complaints with Mad Max, was that it was the Mad Max-less Mad Max. What's my opinion on Paul W.S. Anderson? He showed such promise with Mortal Kombat Event Horizon Soldier, which you really enjoy. I like most of his work. I enjoy Resident Evil 1 through 5. The last one, the editing kills it. The last one, it's unwatchable with the editing, which is really sad. I would love, if I had infinite money, I would pay to go in and re-edit the fucking movie and fix it so we can actually watch it. Because seriously, there are cuts in that movie like every 3 frames. It sucks so much. And I'm talking to, I genuinely enjoyed the first 5 movies. I'm so sad that we get an ending to the series. It's unwatchable. But definitely his better work in the beginning. Like I love Event Horizon. I love Soldier. I do think the first Resident Evil is really good. But I don't know, like movies like Monster Hunter and whatnot, they're like dumb. They're entertaining, but I think that he can do so much better. And I don't think it's so much what happened. I think he's just kind of doing the jobs that he's getting from Hollywood, so to speak. So I think that he might, if he was able to get like a scaled down budget and maybe get a producer that he can work with that's not going to influence too much. I think he might end up making something really good. When you were Ted, you loved Ed and his dead mother. All right. Brent Huff is also the star of 9 Deaths of the Ninja. Kicked ass. Pan Pizza brought you here. Very nice. What is he up to? I love his animated stuff. How much do clothes? Yeah, how much do clothes cost? I'm like, wait a minute. How much do clothes cost in the Matrix? How can he see me? Think about getting robot legs. It's a risky operation, but it'll be worth it. Serbian film, yeah, I had heard. I have a friend of mine who is Serbian. He was born in Serbia but moved to Canada. He hates a Serbian film. He's like, it's disgusting for the sake of being disgusting. You know, it's everything just, it's too much. It's like they pushed and the funny thing is, I remember it came out right around the same time as Murder Set Pieces. And Murder Set Pieces was the big push the envelope film. And then Serbian film came along and everybody was like, all right, Murder Set Pieces is kind of quaint by comparison. Beetlejuice, I am not. I called it before. I said Beetlejuice 2 is going to stink. There's no way it's going to be good because it is 2024 Tim Burton, not 1988 Tim Burton. We lost Tim Burton a long time ago, and he can't make good movies anymore. Oh, don't need Serbian film or 100 Days of... Yeah, Salo. Salo is... Yeah. Salo will ruin your night. Unearthed Films is releasing a Serbian film extended cut and making of documentary soon. Cool. I mean, Unearthed Films has put out some good stuff. I have a few things from them. I mean, hey, man, there's a market there for it, I'm sure. People are still talking about it, so definitely there. I'll never forget we watched Neighborhood Watch. No matter how hard I try, the alcohol hasn't worked either. Yeah, and I'm still apologizing for Neighborhood Watch. Neighborhood Watch is one of the toughest sits I've ever had to sit through. And on top of that, I had to sit through with an audience. That movie is really not good. Okay. Oh, you know, well, no, I was, going Death Race 2000. I was talking more the remake trilogy, because Death Race and Death Race 2000 are two, you know, it's Death Race 2000 is the best. And then if you want to go with the remakes, then Death Race 2, Death Race, and Death Race 3. So, Grandma's Boy is so old now that Nick Swardson could play the old guy around the kids is the key. Yeah. Oh God, and Death Race 2050. Wasn't the Insane Clown Posse in that one? What's my best new horror movie? Probably It Follows. Because there's, I mean, that movie is phenomenal, but there hasn't been a lot of really good horror movies that had even come close to competing with that one. So, It Follows is fucking terrific. That reminds me, I got to watch Tony's video on it. He was talking about it with Crystal and that other girl whose name I don't know yet. If Furiosa wasn't directed by George Miller, you'd have no interest in it. Yeah. I love Mortal Kombat and the first Resident Evil. Oh, of course, fucking Mortal Kombat. How can I forget Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat's phenomenal. And, I mean, how they managed to make a PG-13 Mortal Kombat that is still good. I mean, that is no small feat. And that was a video that I did that I'm really proud of. My Mortal Kombat video turned out very good. Did I lose sleep working on that one? I think they could do a live action series if it's the North Star. Well, they did do. They did the live action movie. Was it Tony Randall who did Hellraiser 2? He did the live action with Gary Daniels, and honestly, it's not bad. I know a lot of people hate it. I don't think that it's really that bad of a movie. I think that it it nails a lot of the aesthetic look of the apocalypse, and I think Gary Daniels does a very good job of playing Kenshiro. Was I think it was Costas Mandylor was in it too. If you can find the unrated cut of it, it's much more violent, and I think that kind of hits the tone better. I want to do a video on it. I'm waiting desperately for somebody to restore it, because all I have is the DVD, and the DVD is good, but it's a little muddy. You should watch a Serbian film. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I like the first Resident Evil, but I got annoyed how he was too far from the source material and used the characters from the game and mediocre. I don't know, Ivan. Like, I didn't mind that because honestly, you already know the story from the video game, and it to me it kind of worked that we were getting something that was like a little. It was different, you know. Oh, Nausicaa, I'm here, kind of YouTube. Awesome. Thank you. Rather have gotten a Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii movie he proposed back in the 90s. Yeah, the 90s when he was still good. The last movie he made that was good was 1999's Sleepy Hollow. After that, it was all trashola. Like, I haven't liked anything he's done in 24 years. Yeah, I have hope for Beetlejuice 2. It's as old as me, so why not? Hey, man, you know what? I'm not faulting anybody who's excited about it. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. But I think that in general, I'm not seeing it. I'm not feeling it very, very good. I mean, if it's good, I will be very happy. I will gladly eat my words. Say, okay, you know, I said it was going to be bad. No, it was actually good. But I have, I've been right way too many times before on this. So we shall see. I want it to be good. I genuinely hope it's good. Lionsgate's release of Murder Set Pieces was nonsensical mess, but then you watch the uncut version and realize what people were talking about. Yeah, like, why would they even bother cutting a movie like that, you know? You'll be apologizing to us for Neighborhood Watch. For a long, long time, the scars won't heal for the... I don't know. Look, sometimes scars never heal. I told you my reasoning behind watching Neighborhood Watch. I didn't know. Like, okay, here, for those of you who don't know, this is a great story. There was a writer who he wrote a script called Neighborhood Watch. It got optioned to make into a movie. It was about a guy who was more or less doing unnecessary surgery. And it got optioned by Universal, and then Manny Cotto got attached to direct. Well, Manny Cotto then took the script and rewrote it, and it became Dr. Giggles. And I love Dr. Giggles. Well, what happened was the writer of the original was upset because they had changed his movie so much. Like, Dr. Giggles was nothing like Neighborhood Watch. So what he did was there was something in his contract where essentially, like, he was able to still do the movie as it was written. So he took his original script and then he directed Neighborhood Watch. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. We get to see the bones of where Dr. Giggles came from. And watching the movie, there are certain beats where you could see, okay, this is where this happened, this is where this happened, but it is a completely different movie, like, and a completely uncomfortable movie. It is an unpleasant sit. It is a movie that will make you hate everyone involved. And even though there's a very pretty the wife in it is really pretty, um horrible things happen. I will say the diarrhea thing was hysterical, but everything else was bad. I mean, the dude would he was doing surgery on himself while fapping. It was that kind of movie. So I recommend you not watch Neighborhood Watch. Let's see. Thank you for reminding me. Hoping Beetlejuice 2, the dad's jail. They're having some sad funeral for Otho. I know the movie starts with Jeffrey Jones is dead. Love, love, love. It follows. It felt like a nostalgic horror movie, as well as a fresh take on horror. Not to mention, it was genuinely creepy. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. It was a complete breath of fresh air. It was something I'd never seen before. The camera work was incredible. The way that the camera kept moving towards Micah Moreau, it's quickly worked its way into like my top films. I loved it so much. The score was great, pacing was great. I loved that it just was ambiguously ended. Like they did stuff where you couldn't tell really what year it was. It was such an interesting thing. Oh, One Cut of the Dead's phenomenal. One Cut of the Dead is really good. If you guys have never seen One Cut of the Dead, don't watch the remake. Watch the original. Go in completely blind. Because you'll be watching it and you'll be like, what's going on? And then it hits and it's like, oh, it's tremendously good. They're really good. The Mortal Kombat. You know, I never watched the Mortal Kombat animated films. I watched Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat Conquest. I love Mortal Kombat Conquest. Big Fish was pretty decent. No, I know a lot of people like Big Fish. I didn't like it. I'm jumping ahead here. Haven't seen the movie Killer Condom. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it on TNT of all things, way back in the day. I think I need to watch the rest of it, or I need to watch the real version because it was all there was a lot of like gay sex, which I don't have, whatever. But I'm saying is that a lot of that did not make the TNT cut. So I think I need to watch like the uncut. I think it was distributed by Troma, but it wasn't a Troma film. So I'd have to watch get the, rent it or get it or something. Check it out. Alec Baldwin pointing a prop gun. He will love Beetlejuice. Is Alex not? Is he in it? I think I haven't seen anything with him, or I haven't seen anything showing him or Gina Davis were in it. Yeah. Jeffrey Jones is in a Beetlejuice too. Yeah. They were. I think they were smartly sidestepping that one by starting with him. Just his funeral. Yeah, Jeffrey Jones did some bad things. There is a Dr. Giggles comic that was from Dark Horse, if I'm not mistaken. Love Dr. Giggles. Say with me, another criminally underrated film. The funny thing about Dr. Giggles, is Dr. Giggles' body count is insane. Dr. Giggles kills like 30 some people in that movie. Like he killed more than like a Nightmare on Elm Street movies. He killed more than like Friday the 13th movies. He killed everyone. It was. I really was. I wanted to do a video on that. I was actually talking with the DP about it. And then Manny Cotto died. Very sad. So consequently, probably never going to be able to really do a fully in-depth exploring video on Dr. Giggles. I might be able to get a hold of one of the producers, but you had Manny Cotto writing and directing, and so he really kind of covered a lot of it. And it's a shame because the story of going from Neighborhood Watch to Dr. Giggles would make for a great exploring. Because oh my God, and then ending with Neighborhood Watch and talking about how fucking crazy it was. Downside is that I'd have to watch Neighborhood Watch again. I don't wanna. How old am I? I am old enough. Will you ever collaborate with Obscurus Lupa again? You enjoyed those videos, especially tracks. Lupa Allison is an absolute sweetheart. I don't think I would do a video with her again, simply because people were really mean to her the tracks video. And I felt terrible that I was like, oh, I apologize for, my audience, they're being shitty at you for some reason. I don't know why. So I don't know. I mean, if she wanted to do one, I probably would, but I personally wouldn't ask her, simply because I don't want, her to get that kind of shit again. You would rather watch Neighborhood Watch as an unskippable marathon than watch a Serbia. Wow. That just goes to Meg. I had no idea. So Neighborhood Watch over a Serbian film. You keep thinking of The Watch with Vince. No, not The Watch with Vince Vaughn. Yes, Neighborhood Watch. Let's see. And mistakes were made. Yeah, I have the Dr. Giggles comics. They're great. I liked how they kind of made it. They drew them. It kind of looks like Larry. I thought they were talking about the comedy Neighborhood Watch. No, not that. No, it is a very, actually, what was it? It's also called Dead End. Neighborhood Watch / Dead End. Seriously, don't ever watch it. It is one of the most uncomfortable, unpleasant, like unfunny films. It's just, I don't know what the hell it is. It's bleh. I'm worried how much they're de-aging and CGI will be used in the Beetlejuice sequel. I think with Michael Douglas, or I'm sorry, Michael Keaton. They can do a lot with makeup. It Follows, also known for as Ghost STD. Well, they're not wrong. If you notice, the camera is set up to where background characters look like they're walking towards the characters. Makes it, yeah, and there's great shots where if there's a shot of Micah Monroe, the camera is always slowly zooming in on her. That little things like that make that like you can watch it over and over again and pick up. It's so good. Let's see. Beetlejuice is the only time Alec Baldwin doesn't come off as an asshole. And it's true. He's very not Alec Baldwin in that movie. Stay Tuned is actually like, it's a shame. If I ever did a movie, like if I ever covered like Stay Tuned or Mom and Dad Save the Planet, or no, there was a Mom and Dad Save the Earth. That movie's fucking funny. But that's Jeffrey Jones. And I gotta like, I'm gonna have to. Let me see. Was it Mom and Dad Save the? Not Mom and Dad Save the World. Yeah, like that is. I mean, that's a case of where I'd be like, look, separate the art from the artist. This is a really funny movie. There are hundreds of other people that worked on it. I kind of, it's a little bit different than something like, I don't know. You know what? I'm not even going to go down that avenue. Just basically, it's hard. It's difficult. Yeah, seriously, go look at the Dr. Giggles fucking kill count. And I don't mean, don't mean like the kill count, James's show. I'm saying like just look up like how many people he killed. He killed so many more. Yes, I love Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and Squee. I have all of those books. I actually was back when I was trying to be an artist. I was trying to emulate that because I thought that would like I don't know. I wanted to do something in the style of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, but really just funny, weird shit, man. Good stuff. Dr. Giggles, you realize how gigantic Larry Drake was. Yeah. Well, that was what killed me because Larry Drake prior to that was the mentally challenged individual in LA Law. And so I always kind of knew him as that. And then you see him in Darkman, and it's like, oh. And then you see him in Dr. Giggles, and it's like, oh, this guy, I mean, I loved him with that. Yeah, he's a big dude. Sad we lost him, man. Lost him way too soon. Stay tuned, TerraVision Network, the trilogy of meta TV movies. Yes. TerraVision. Ever see The Boys Next Door with Charlie Sheen and Say No More, Monet More? Maxwell Caulfield. Yeah. That got a Blu-ray release from Mill Creek not too long ago. I like it. It's an interesting movie. Neighborhood Watch doesn't even have a Wikipedia. All right, hold on. Let me just see. It might be under the alternate title. Wow, no. Holy moly. Not everything has a Wikipedia. Oh, the guinea pig movies, yeah. Flowers of Flesh and Blood and all that. Yeah, they're I don't know, they're like it's kind of hard like to look at them from an artistic perspective because really it is just like uncomfortableness, you know? That's a Discord night no one would show up for again. I know. Look, I had to make up for it. We watched like 2 nights of boobies after that. I do have the original. I forget who said it, but they said Breeders was the Bucket of Bukkake movie because we watched the remake, and then I was like, oh, I got a copy of the original now. So I'm like, because I'm thinking I'm gonna do something on Breeders, but I need to watch the original again, the Bucket of Bukkake movie. Yes, Dr. Giggles kills Dougie Doug. Kills a lot of people in that movie. Bring Tracks back. She's awesome. Yeah. I mean, Allison is Allison was really kind to me. I mean, I still don't think that I'm anybody, but she was kind to me back when I was a nobody. Like I had like 1,000 subscribers or something, and no, I probably had more. I probably had like 10,000 at the time, but she was the much bigger name on Channel Awesome, and we did Tracks, which I still think is very funny, and it got me in touch with Shadow Stevens for a little while. And then we did the Lorenzo Lamas movie, Lethal, which I still think is funny, but yeah, people were just really not nice to her. Speaking of Vince Vaughn, you actually liked Saul Block. Yeah. Well, that was the S. Craig Zoller movie. Really good stuff. You spoiled that. Michael Douglas is in Beetlejuice too. I know. Oh, damn me. That movie you were looking for earlier is on YouTube. You posted. Oh, thank you, Scamdar. I appreciate that. Let me. Oh, wow. That's fuck. I thought I looked for this. I'm going to have to rip that down from YouTube in case it gets taken down. I'm surprised. I thought that had like some, although I guess I'm not surprised because there's been some stuff with nudity popping up on YouTube that I'm kind of shocked is there really. But thank you, Scamdar. Dude, I really am happy. I want to watch that piece of crap. Want to watch that piece of crap movie. You grew up and saw. Oh, Watership Down will definitely mess with you as a kid. You have Mom and Dad Save the Earth or save the world. Very funny. There's so many great little details in it. Follows. Even the music is in itself a character. It's a character that slowly gets under your skin. Yeah, I remember coming home from that and just I could not stop thinking about it. It's such a good movie. Yeah, Vince Vaughn's The Watch was originally titled Neighborhood Watch, but then the George Zimmerman. Probably for the best. Yeah, Jeffrey Jones was in a lot of 80s movies, so you really do need to kind of detach. Otherwise we're not watching like Ferris Bueller. So, yeah. Had to dip out. Just want to say keep the good work. You're genuinely one of the best channels on YouTube. Thank you, JD. I appreciate it, man. Have yourself a good rest of your night. For Easter, everyone should watch Hank and Mike. Best Easter comedy in my opinion. So not Easter. Was it Easter Bunny Kill Kill? Yes, Larry Drake was in the Tales from the Crypt where he was the killer Santa Claus. Yes, I watched Invader Zim. I haven't seen as much Invader Zim, but because I was working at the time, but I did see some Invader Zim. But it was kind of crazy to think that I'm like, oh, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and he made a kid's cartoon, but it still like has that weird, his animation style, or I should say his art style, and his kind of sense of humor. Not as bad, but still weird. The girl eating the sandwich at the end made me hate that movie for some reason. Have you read Faust? No, I have not, but I saw the movie from Usna. What do you think? Shudder, a streaming service, consistently advertising on great art. I like Shudder. I mean, I did, and not just because I did some ad spots for them a few years back. I think Shudder is a legitimately I think it's a good service. I mean, what is it, like $7 a month? There's a lot of movies there that really aren't on any other streaming service. And I think that they do a lot of good as far as getting some unique stuff, getting some cool things that aren't available elsewhere. I think that they also have Joe Bob, which is a huge revenue stream for them. So, I mean, they've been doing the theater thing because it gets them, it gets the attention. And also, there's a whole thing with prestige thing with getting movies in the theater and then going to streaming. I know this sounds silly, especially to a lot of you younger guys, but movies are taken more seriously. They eventually it probably won't, but movies are taken more seriously if they go to theaters first. Even if they're in like 5 theaters, it's still they're looked at differently. If they go straight to streaming, it's looked at lower than straight to video. I know. Look, I don't prescribe. I don't subscribe to that mindset. I think that a movie is a movie wherever it ends up. But the way the industry runs is on the theater model. And that's why, they'll put it in a movie, it'll open for a weekend and then it'll go to streaming, just to get it out there. Shudder, I think, is very good. Shudder, I like. I have no issues with them. We have a good relationship, and I think they do good work. And they're not paying me to say that. I think that they're legit good. Drake was also good. We played Escape Lunatic. It's not bad. Maybe make for a good episode. Yeah, I really wanted to do a video on Dr. Giggles, but I, much like with Stuart Gordon, just missed the boat on that one. Because I was going to do the Wonderful Ice Cream Suit. Just to rewatch all the Tales from the Crypt. Man, that show was great. Yeah, it really was. We do not have another horror anthology anywhere near that. What was your opinion of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? You know what? I haven't seen it yet. It's on Amazon now, so I'm going to watch it soon. Last performance you've seen from Larry Drake was voice acting. He voiced Pops from Johnny Bravo. There was a guy called The Ghoul up from the Midwest that was great. Oh yeah, I'm partial to Stella, the man-eater from Manayunk. I wish it was a Teamster. Yeah, there you go. Fucking. They were like, this guy got some set of bulls. Dr. Giggles killed a bunch of people. You are somebody. Don't doubt yourself. Oh, thank you, Gabriella. Or Gabrea. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm just, the thing is, I mean, I'm not belittling myself. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I'm me, so I don't have I joke sometimes, but there are a lot of YouTubers and whatnot that have really overinflated egos. And it's like, dude, you fucking vlog, let's be real here, and I'm just trying to say that I talk about movies and stuff, and I'm knowledgeable about the subject, and I do very good work. But I don't like some people put themselves on like the level of like celebrity of like an actual famous people, and I'm like, no, just get a grip here, people. So that's kind of where I'm coming at with that. Did you know Lucy Lawless has been married to Rob Tappert since 1998? Very good. I mean, I believe Tappert was one of the wasn't Tappert one of the producers on Xena? So good for him, man. I like Lucy Lawless. She's awesome. Turner D, it is me. I at least last time I checked, it's me. Still sad we never got that Johnny the Homicidal Maniac cartoon. Yeah, we still might, I mean, Jonan is, he's what, in his 50s? Might even be 40s. So it's possible. What's the movie where the kids kill Jeffrey Jones in cement in the highway? Oh, boy. That's a good question. Not Transylvania 65000. I honestly don't remember. See, there are even I have limits. Have you ever considered covering the first 3 Peter Jackson movies, Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, and Brain Dead, Dead Alive? Yes. I adore Bad Taste and Dead Alive. I think that they are hilarious. Just fantastic gross out movies. And I was stunned when he got Lord of the Rings. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. But the Dead Alive guy is going to do Lord of the Rings, and he did a phenomenal job. So, he's one good Kiwi. I did not like Meet the Feebles. I see what they were going for. It didn't work for me. But I know a lot of people like that one. Suitable Flesh. Joe did that. Yeah, I gotta see Suitable Flesh. Because that was Heather Graham and Barbara Crampton. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't seen that yet. I really need to get on that. Joe's a good dude. Joe Lynch did the best Wrong Turn movie, Wrong Turn 2. YouTube, no ad, yeah, nudity allowed. Ads with nudity thumbnails are okay. There was now granted I had no problem with this, but it just was funny hypocrisy. There was a thumbnail with a girl doing a hand bra, and then there was a chiropractor video where this girl's ass is hanging out, and I'm like, okay, it's fine, but like, if I show like blurred nudity in a video, I'll get demonetized. I did YouTube being YouTube. Battlefield Earth. I don't want to do Battlefield Earth. Yes, Scamdar, you keep me grounded. Because it's always pointing out my fuck-ups. Reminding me, oh, right, I'm human. Excuse me, they're called influencers. Oh, I'm sorry. I did think that my TikTok joke was pretty on point. That lack of moral compass means that she can be the perfect TikTok influencer. Absquatchula, how you doing? Rob Tappert is part of the Sam Raiming Michigan crew. Yes, produced all that stuff. Of course, Evil Dead and whatnot. Lucy Lawless is awesome, and Xena is forever fantastic. I would love to... I can't do it now because Prime is going away. I kept waiting, but I would love to watch, like, do a full run of Xena. That would be really, really good. What do you mean we worship you, man? Oh, I'm just an old man. I'll do my Angus scrim. I put my pants on same as everybody else, one leg at a time. Chiropractor gets a pass because it's educational. Oh, look, I'm not going to say that there's a Russian chiropractor that has the best looking Russian women I've ever, like, they're that Eastern European, just like, and he's really funny, and he just cracks these girls, and they're all knockouts. And so I'm not going to say that I don't watch, I got sucked in by the thumbnails, but it's just the hypocrisy that's really irritating. What are my thoughts on Dragon the Bruce Lee story? I think it gave us was it Brandon Scott Lee that did that? Who was then in Soldier? There we go. Oh, Jason Scott Lee. And Laura, yeah. And that was and then he got jacked for Soldier. Dude was enormous. But yeah, I like Dragon. I don't know how truthful it was with the story, but it was good. Do I prefer Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2? I'm probably Evil Dead 2. Dragon was pretty big in the 90s. Video store classic. Did really well. Yeah, well, okay. Amazon Prime watch parties is going away. Like, it used to be where if you had Amazon Prime on Twitch, like I could stream a movie and we could all watch it together, and it was legal through Amazon Prime. Problem was, in all the years that they did it, they did nothing to update it, and it just got it fucked up. It broke. The search engine stunk. They never put any, like, it was a really good idea, and we watched hundreds of movies on there. Seriously watched hundreds of movies. Did a Canon marathon. Did so many great things. And so they said, though, recently that they're pulling the plug on it because, nobody's been using it, and they're going to put those resources elsewhere. And I'm like, what resources? You haven't done anything with it in forever. So, if a chiropractor just stuck to temporary back pain, really be okay with it. But yeah, since learned chiropractors are insane. I have I used to work in a warehouse, and as such, like, I've done like irreparable back damage. I worked in a warehouse for a very long time, moving very heavy objects around, and so I blew out the disc in my lower spine, and so I had to go and they reinflated it with like this polymer liquid, and so it makes it so I'm not getting bone rubbing against bone. But I've often thought of going to a chiropractor and just being like, can you fix me? I'm busted. I am doing a Ginger Snaps video at some point. I don't know when, but it's on the list. You want your $2 in your 48 UHQ. Better Off Dead. How is Better Off Dead not on Blu-ray? What boutique would release it? Oh, God. Who owns Better Off Dead? Let me see. Is that, let's see, Better Off Dead. I love that movie. Better Off Dead is CBS A&M Films. Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers did the theatrical distribution. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if Warner Brothers just did so it wouldn't go to a boutique, but Warner Brothers would, put it out under their things. Now, granted, their Blu-rays have come out, for the most part, they look good, but they have come out with like no features whatsoever. So, but I would rather have a nice 1080p copy of the movie than nothing at all. So, yeah, Ginger Snaps is really good. What are my thoughts on Abbott and Costello? I like their old like horror movie crossover things. Abbott and Costello meet Dracula, all that stuff. Going to a chiropractor when you already have a back injury sounds risky. Maybe some kind of deep tissue muscle massage might be better. I have no idea, though. I'm not a doctor. Yeah, I don't. That's why I said, like, I don't know. I don't know. But isn't that kind of the whole point of going to a chiropractor, that you got bone problems? I know my wife really is very anti-chiropractor. I'm not saying that it's just something that I've thought about. What if I did a react to the movie recaps? I don't know. I mean, I could, I could do something along those. I don't know if anybody would. I mean, one of those, like, we would have to kind of all tune in at the same time. And you thought Vinegar Syndrome put out Better Off Dead? Not to my knowledge. What's my favorite movie commentary? For me, it was Carrot Top on the Rules of Attraction release, who commented while watching it for the first time. Oh, wow. That's an obscure one. The John Carpenter's commentaries have been very good. The Kevin Smith commentary on Clerks was very funny. I don't think Ginger Snaps 2 or 3 ever came out on Blu-ray. Not to my knowledge. Yeah, the bonus features are why, like, one of the things that stinks about streaming. I mean, Shudder did have some movies with commentaries, which was cool. So that was a nice little thing. But yeah, the lack of commentaries and all that stuff is a massive loss from why we still need physical. Have I seen The Big Empty? No, I never did. Love Final Space. Hate Warner Brothers Discovery. Well, Warner Brothers is just fucking up royally lately. Like having commentary track. I think the Arnold Schwarzenegger commentary track on Total Recall is hilarious. Where he's just like, yeah, this is really fun. Like he's just talking about the movie the whole time we're watching. Most of Kevin Smith's older commentary tracks are great. Yeah, him and Mallrats and shit. Oh, God, I think Clerks had 4 tracks on it. Really funny. You went to a chiropractor, felt good for maybe a few hours, but you think it's your posture and poor sitting habits that keep your back hurting. Better off to get something. Better have Dan Schneider doing the auto boy. I think they won't. All right, you guys. I'm gonna call it an evening here. I am like, my voice is a little hurting. Even though last time we talked for 4 hours, but tonight I'm a little raspy, and I have to get up early tomorrow to take the little fella to school. I love the Misfits of Science. Yes. I have the DVDs. Was I a Rooster Teeth fan? I used to watch the Red versus Blue, but I hadn't in a very long time. Yes, release I have a video where I'm going to be talking a little bit about Coyote versus Acme. So, but anyway, I'm going to switch over to the outro stream, and I'm going to fix my audio, and hopefully okay, I'm dropping my audio down. See, that's my Twitch outro. I need to bring my my good night thing over. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the super chats. Have yourselves a good rest of your night. Good night, you guys. You're the best. I appreciate you all. Just ignore the Twitch background. Here, look at the butt. There you go. I'll talk to y'all guys very soon, all right? Good night.